What if I told you that 95% of crypto holders are about to make the same mistake that they did back in 2021, writing everything up and then watching it all crash back down? Right now, I'm earning a 61% APR on my crypto portfolio while positioning for maximum gains in this bull run. But most people are just holding and hoping. So again, here's my portfolio earning 61% APR right now, while everyone else is sitting on dead crypto earning nothing. I'm compounding my positions every single day and not just randomly. But the problem with most crypto holders is they think the only way to make money is price appreciation. They buy, they hold, they pray. And then when the bull run comes, they ride it all the way up and all the way back down, just like 2021. Now, I've been through multiple crypto cycles, and I've learned that the real money isn't just made from holding. It's made from positioning your portfolio to compound while you wait for big moves, while we wait for Bitcoin to go to 150 grand or 250 grand. Now, what I'm about to show you is the exact system that I'm using right now to prepare for maximum gains in this cycle. Now, it's called the DeFi Flywheel, and it's how you turn your dead crypto into a cash flowing machine. Now, first, let me show you how I'm earning 61% right now. These are pools across Radium, HyperSwap, PancakeSwap, and other decentralized exchanges, also known as the primary markets. So take it like this: instead of just holding ETH or other tokens and doing nothing, I'm putting them to work earning trading fees. So whenever people want to buy those assets, which I target assets that people want to buy, right? They have to pay a small fee, smaller than what they would pay on a centralized exchange, right? But a small fee that adds up to me, a liquidity provider, right? And the same thing goes for all these other exchanges and primary markets. Now, here's the thing. Maybe you've heard of this before. Maybe you've tried this before. But most people, if they've tried this before, are just randomly compounding the income. The key is I'm not just earning this income and spending it. I'm not just earning it and randomly compounding it. I'm strategically reinvesting every single dollar back into more crypto assets. And that right there is the flywheel effect. So in this example, over on UBTC, which is a derivative of Bitcoin, as well as Hype, I have $573 in unclaimed fees. Instead of just taking that and putting it in my bank account, or instead of just taking that and putting it straight back into this liquidity pool, I am taking that and I am actually converting the entire Bitcoin portion to Hype. And I'm taking that Hype and I'm borrowing against it. That way I can have more liquidity and lever up using those earnings. I can put those earnings back in the liquidity pool using leverage, and at the same time I can have full exposure to Hype and use this as a means to increase my exposure to Hype. And the best part is this is safe leverage and I'm only using my earnings. But here's what most people miss: that 61% is not just sitting in my account every month. I take those earnings and buy more crypto assets and lever up. That way my position gets bigger, which means that my income gets bigger, which means that I can buy even more. So while everyone else is waiting for their coins to go up in value, and in periods of consolidation, they make no money, or in periods of declines, they actually lose a ton of money, right? My portfolio is generating income on a daily basis, and that income is being compounded. Now, I have a complete training called the DeFi Flywheel where I break down this entire system step by step, how to set it up and how to manage the risk and how to position for maximum gains in this bull cycle. It's on YouTube. It's a YouTube video that you can go check out. It's going to be at the top of the description. So after you watch this one, go ahead and take a look at that one so you can learn how to implement this system. And one thing I want to say is this is not about getting rich quick. It's about positioning your portfolio to compound while we wait for the real bull run to begin. And what I mean is Bitcoin's currently sitting at $115,000. Bitcoin is most likely going to go to a peak price point of around $130,000 to $150,000. So while we wait for that to happen, it's smarter to earn more Bitcoins right now. That way, when Bitcoin is at that price point, we have significantly more money. Or in the instance of altcoins, while we wait for altcoins to go 3, 5, even 10x for some of them, we can generate more of those altcoins, therefore reducing our risk over time, and of course, growing our portfolio at a much faster pace. And here's the strategic part. In my opinion, we're coming up on a bear market relatively soon. The sentiment is starting to shift. Institutional money has been flowing in and will continue to flow in, but here's what's going to happen to most people. They'll watch their portfolio go up maybe 2 to 3x from here, and they're going to be wanting getting, a 5 to 10x or so. But the thing is, we have to realize that Bitcoin is already up from a low price of $15,000 at the bottom of this market. We have been going up for years on end. So while these investors start to see price gains on their assets, they're going to feel like geniuses, right? And they're going to feel like it's going to continue to go up. They're going to FOMO in and continue to hold. And then they're going to watch it all come crashing down just like it did back in 2021 and give back 80 to 90% of their gains and either be left with what they started with or potentially even less. But the smart money, they don't just ride the wave. They're taking profits strategically and flipping into income generating assets when everyone else is getting greedy. So my personal strategy here is when Bitcoin hits around $150,000, I am going to take that money and flip it into stable coins. I'm going to hold those stable coins for about 2 months on end while I wait for the overall market sentiment to shift. Or in other words, wait for us to have confirmation of a bear market. In the meantime, I will be earning 15% on those stable coins. And if you don't believe me, that's what I'm averaging to right now. I have roughly 10 grand over on Jupiter doing a 15% APY. Over on Camino, I am doing an average APY of 12.3% across 10 grand. Over on Euler, I have $14,000 on a leverage position doing 34% per year. And then on top of that, I have about 9 grand waiting to be deployed. In the meantime, it's doing about 3% per year. Over on Morpho, I have $8,700 doing about a 10% per year return. So my point is, this is definitely achievable, and that's my plan. And this right here is what separates winners from losers in crypto. As we get into the later stages of this bull run, and I'll know based on the overall sentiment, the media coverage, the market indicators, right, and just overall timing, I will start taking profits, right? Regardless of if it's at a peak price. But instead of just holding cash, I will flip those profits into stablecoins, earning 15% per year. So even after the bull run ends, I'm still earning income while everyone else is licking their wounds. And the beautiful thing is, I've actually been bringing a lot of capital over from my savings account, $70,000 so far, into these market neutral positions to prove the concept. So that way, number one, I can show you guys here. So don't forget to drop a like and subscribe when notifications turned on to stay up to date. But number two, I can prove it to myself. So that way I already have strategies established for when the bear market comes into play. So then when the next bear market hits and everything crashes, right? Not only will I have that $70,000, I'll have a massive war chest and treasury earning 15% that I can deploy at the absolute bottom of the market and rip another 4 to 5x on that. Just imagine $400,000 to $500,000 earning 15% per year. That's a full-time salary right there. But then deploying that $400,000 to $500,000 at the bottom of the next bear market and riding that all the way up through Bitcoin, through Ethereum, and through altcoins to another 4 to 5x growth return. Let me walk you through exactly how this works with a real example. Let's say you start with $100,000 in crypto, and instead of just holding, you put it into liquidity pools earning, let's just say, a 50% APR. That right there is going to be $50,000 per year in income, or it's going to be about roughly $4,100 per month. Now, every month you take that $4,100 and buy more crypto assets. Now your position goes from $100,000 to $104,000 to $108,000, so on and so forth. Now, as the bull run accelerates, number one, your underlying assets, what you have in liquidity pools, is growing from price appreciation, and the income, the $4,000 or then the $8,000 and the $12,000, so on and so forth, is also growing. So not only are you generating the income or dividends, you're also taking that income and reinvesting it so that can grow as well. And that is the beauty of a DeFi flywheel system. And of course, near the top, you start taking profits and moving into stablecoins at a 15% APR. But here's the thing. If you're somewhat starting to get bearish on the market and you're not entirely confident that you're at the top yet, you don't have to sell your underlying position quite yet. You can start taking profits by taking the income and selling that into stablecoins. That way you start to create a buffer in the instance where the market does begin to go down and you need to sell at a significantly lower price. And phase 5 is during the bear market, while everyone else is down 80%, you're earning 15% on a huge stablecoin position, ready to buy at the next bottom and see the next 5 to 10x gains. But here's why timing is so important right now. We're in the late stages of what could be the biggest crypto bull run we've ever seen, right? The halving has already came, institutions have already started buying, and the sentiment has already shifted positively. Most people are going to waste this opportunity. They're going to hold their coins, watch them go up, get greedy, and ride them all the way back down. The window to position yourself properly is right now. It's not tomorrow, it is today. While yields are still high before the real FOMO kicks in 6 to 12 months, when 30, 40, 50% of the United States owns cryptocurrency, it will be too late to set up this system. So if you want the complete step-by-step system for setting up your own DeFi flywheel and positioning for maximum gains in this cycle, put together a complete YouTube video on it that shows you exactly how to do this. Link's going to be at the top of the description. It's also going to be somewhere on screen right now. This training covers everything: how to set up the income streams, how to manage the risk, how to time your exits, and how to position for the next cycle. Most crypto holders are going to repeat the same mistakes they made back in 2021. Don't be one of them. Go check out the video so you can start to get ahead today, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.